want to color your marshmallow fondant into something else other than the white, it's easy to do with gel food colorings. You're going to want to put on gloves, believe me, unless you want your hands to be stained the color that you're staining your fondant. So once you put those on, get your gel food colorings, whatever shade you want. I will tell you that shades like black, you have to use a lot. I'm just going, this is a very large piece of fondant that I need to stain a dark green, so I'm going to put a good amount of the gel food colorings. Now, I usually have to use less with gel food colorings because they tend to be stronger than other kinds. So keep that in mind if you're looking for something like a very light shade of green, or you want pink. Just keep that in mind. For this, I am using a lot, and I probably will add more depending on how the shade develops. So you start kneading it, and that's exactly what you do. You just keep folding it, kneading it, folding it, kneading it. As you're folding it and kneading it, the color is going to be working its way through the fondant, and the color is going to develop until you'll see it doesn't develop anymore, and then if you need it to be darker, you're going to have to add more of the gel food coloring, or if it's a great shade, you're all done. I have parchment, you might see here, that was a last minute thing because I have quartz counters. I could have done it on my quartz counters because they are non-porous, but I just didn't want to even deal with just cleaning it up afterwards. So I just put that down while the gel food coloring is going to be in the messy state, and I should have had it stabilized on both sides. So that was, like I said, an afterthought that I thought, oh, let me just grab a piece of parchment paper. So that's why I apologize for the haphazard way that I did that. But yes, you can, protect your counter when you're using the gels with parchment paper or something like that, or a board if you want, but then your board's going to be the same thing. So yeah, parchment paper works well to keep the color contained until it develops fully. Once it develops fully, you'll see I will take my gloves off and it won't be transferring onto my hands or onto my counter. So that's how that works. So just keep kneading and folding, kneading and folding until the color develops. And then again, assess it. And if you have to add more gel, you will to get the desired shade. Now that the color is the way that I want it, I'm just going to store it in a plastic bag until I'm ready to use it. I actually could have used this right away. The consistency that it was easy to roll and easy to handle. A lot of them say chill it overnight. Sometimes I found when you chill them overnight, they're harder to work with because they're so cold and harder. So, I mean, I've done cakes right away using it. So, I mean, you have to use your own judgment what you need. I have no qualms about using it right away when I need to. But anyway, I split it into 2 different batches, put it in plastic bags, and stored it, in the refrigerator, any leftover that I had, whatnot. and you can use it for, I think it's like up to 2 weeks or something if it's sealed. All right, and let me show you now what it would be like to dye it red. Now, red is a harder color. It's one of those colors that you have to keep adding. You see I added twice with the green to get the right color, but I'm happy with that color that finally was achieved. And so let's look at the red now and see how that goes. You'll see it starts to turn pink at first, and so yeah, if you want pink, you just have to keep adding more and more, and then it does develop a little bit more because it was, you know, a perfect shade of red. I didn't use it right away, so it was like the next day, and it was the perfect red shade for the cake that I was making. And that's it. That's all there is to it, guys. Store it in plastic bags or covered, you know, Tupperware type containers that are airtight to use as you need it. Like I said, over the next, you know, couple of weeks, try to, I think, ideally try to make it as close to when you're going to need it for it to stay freshest. But if you have remnants, you know, you can use them for cookies or cupcakes or things like that for approximately 2 weeks. It should stay fresh and be good to do that. Please like, subscribe, and share. And if you haven't seen our video on how to make this easy marshmallow fondant, please find that now. It's in the baking playlist, and I will link it at the end of the video.